Good morning, my dear students. This is Neeraj Kumar, your English teacher. Today, as well, I am here to continue chapter number 8. A house is not a home. I hope you will be listening to me very carefully and will be understanding the things that is approaching to you. So, here I start. The fireman would not let us go back into the house that night. It was still too dangerous, dead or alive. I could not imagine leaving without knowing about my cat. Regardless, I had to go. We piled into the car with just the clothes on our backs and a few of the fireman's blankets, and made our way to my grandparents' house to spend the night. The particular fireman did not allow us to go back into the house for searching something that was left. But that looked very dangerous that time. There, I could not, the author said that he could not imagine living without knowing about cat. Actually, he could not go without his cat, as author did not find his cat. All right. So, but there was a compulsion. They both were taken into their car by the firemen, and even they were given some blankets from firemen's side, and after that they moved towards their grandparents' house to spend the night, as nothing was left near the burnt house. Nothing was there. So it was the compulsion for them. They had to leave for grandparents' house just to spend the night there. Now let us move ahead, my dear students. The next day, Monday, I went to school. When the fire broke out, I was still wearing the dress I had worn to church that morning, but I had no shoes. I had kicked them off when I was doing my homework. They became yet another casualty of the fire, so I had to borrow some tennis shoes from my aunt. Why could not I just stay home from school? My mother would not hear of it, but I was totally embarrassed by everything. The clothes I was wearing looked weird. I had no books or homework, and my backpack was gone. I had my life in that backpack. The more I tried to fit in, the worse it got. Was I destined to be an outcast and a geek all my life? That's what it felt like. I didn't want to grow up, change, or have to handle life if it was going to be this way. I just wanted to curl up and die. So the next day was Monday. He went to school. He started memorizing something when uh, the house got fire. That very time, he's still wearing dress, and it was the dress that he wore at the church time as well. But that morning he did not have shoes because he had kicked them off when he was doing his homework. So they also got burnt in that fire. So it became the compulsion for him. He had to borrow tennis shoes from his aunt. Alright, he was completely embarrassed as he lost everything. He did not have clothes, he did not have home, he did not have friends, he did not have his cat. These were the things that tortured him a lot. Alright, nothing was left there. So, again and again, he felt like the worst experience. He did not want to live anymore. He wanted to say goodbye to the world. He did not feel like living anymore. If life went on like this. So, this kind of thinking kept on moving, kept on, hammering in his mind. He decided to die if life went on like this. Now, let us move ahead. I walked around school like a zombie. Everything felt surreal, and I was not sure. I was not sure what was going to happen. All the security I had known from my old school, my friends, my house, and my cat had all been ripped away. So, in the school premises, I kept on like very stranger. As everything got lost, I was completely frightened to have lost my cat belonging that got burnt in my house just because of fire. Right? And the most, one of the most that he was missing so much, it was his cat. He could not go without that. I hope you understand, my dear students. Let us move ahead. When I walked through what used to be my house after school that day, I was shocked to see how much damage there was. Whatever had not burned were destroyed by the water and chemicals they had used to put out the fire. The only material things not de- the only material things not destroyed were the photos, albums, documents, and some other personal items that my mother had managed to heroically rescue. But my cat was gone, and my heart ached for her. After the completion of after the completion of my school, when my school got over, I had some time. I directly went to my burnt house and started thinking that something would have been left. He was thinking like this, that there must have been something that would have been escaped from burnt, but nothing was like that. All right, only the material things. There had been something that were safe, which his mother rescued. It was photo albums, documents, and some other personal items. Because I told you in my last video, mother directly went into the house and rescued these particular items. But finally author said that he couldn't find his cat, that he was missing so much. I hope you understand, my dear students. Now let us move ahead. There was no time to grieve. My mother rushed me out of the house. We would have to find a place to live, and I would have to go buy some clothes for school. We had to borrow money from my grandparents because there were no credit cards, cash, or even any identification to be able to withdraw money from the bank. Everything had gone up in the smoke. So, author decided that there was no time for, you know, just to think of that, just to think of the loss. It was no time to grieve. His mother rushed him out of the house because they had to find a place to live, and author had to buy some clothes for school. They had to borrow money from grandparents because there had not been no credit cards, there had not been credit cards, cash, or even any identification. With the help of that, they could withdraw money from the bank because all ended in smoke, all went into fiasco. I hope you understand, my dear students. So that is enough for the day. I hope you must have understood. The rest part of this chapter will be taken in my next video. Thank you very much.